It is officially November the 16th. We are doing Thanksgiving dinner tutorial with Q&A. I'll wait on you guys to come on in the room so we can get started. Hey, Toya girl.
Girl, give me this phone.
Hey, Courtney. Are you feeling good? I love you, boo. You gonna say hi, Courtney?
Hey, Courtney.
Hey, Alicia. Hey, Miss Juicy. That's Toya's nickname too, Juicy.
Man stamped.
Y'all see this pretty chicken? Y'all don't want to miss this. Y'all might want to go ahead and start sharing this to your wall. This is going to be amazing. Hey, Elizabeth, my fellow nursey poo. Rakia and Marva and Miss Carolyn, how are y'all doing tonight? Y'all are coming in on time. I love that. I'm going to wait about 2 more minutes for a few more people to come in, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Hey, TJ. We got dessert, we have appetizer, we have a main entree, and some beautiful sides. Hey, Monica. Okay, how y'all doing? We'll give it about 60 more seconds, so you can come on in. The first thing we're doing tonight is our chicken, because that's what's going to take the longest in the oven. So the first thing you like to do to get started when you're baking a whole chicken is to rub it down with butter. Give it a nice polish. Then, the first thing we can start with is garlic. Then we have basil. Parsley. We'll do this one last. We'll skip over that one and go straight to garlic salt. Next up is beer can chicken. Got a little bit of blackened seasoning. Then, honey. Make sure you coat that nice and pretty. Then we're coming back to the parsley. Then we got some sage, rosemary, and thyme. What I'm going to do is just kind of put this in the corners. Take some of the sage off. I wish y'all could smell this sage. It smells wonderful. Then I got some rosemary, and I like to peel the rosemary. Then I take a little bit more butter and just kind of seal the deal. Can y'all see that chicken? That's what your chicken should look like prior to going into the oven. We're going to go ahead and set the oven on 375, and we're going to leave this in here probably until the very end of the video, and that's when you'll get to see the whole chicken. Then the next thing we'll work on is the dressing. Everyone was wondering what the difference between dressing and stuffing is. Stuffing only comes from the words putting it inside of the chicken or the turkey. There is no real difference. Anybody that tells you otherwise is just giving you something to think that they got one up on you. It's not really true. So these are the phyllo cups that we're going to use for our dessert for later. These are nice soft pastry shells. All right, so we'll start with onions. You got parsley and basil. I like to use leeks in place of celery. We have some garlic. Garlic salt. A little bit of garlic powder. And I'm also going to use some Cajun seasoning. That's the Creole seasoning blend right there. Excuse me, y'all. And we got chicken broth.
Someone asked, can you put the measurements that you use?
Yes, I'll do that at the end of the segment, and I'll post it in the comment section. And then what I'm going to do, got a clean bowl for butter. We're going to use a stick and a half. Microwave that for a second, get it all melted down. And then now that we've got that going, the next thing that we want to start on while we're waiting is our macaroni and cheese. That's what your dressing should look like though. However, we're just going to wait on the melted butter, and then we're going to put 2 eggs in there. And let me find my trash can bowl while I'm thinking about it. So you like to clean up as you go so that way the kitchen isn't overwhelming. So this is for your dressing. Can y'all see that? Make sure that you mix this really good, because what'll happen is you'll have clump of egg in there. So you want to make sure that's blended, baby. Go ahead and put that in there for me. Got it? And see how it's nice and wet? That will give you a moist dressing. Okay, so that's ready.
Someone asked, does the eggs make it puffy?
No, the egg mixture is designed to give you the texture. So it gives it a thick texture, and it holds it together so that once you go to scoop it out, once it's baked, it's not just like falling apart. So that's the only thing the egg is used for. Put this in the oven with our chicken. And we'll just scoop these out the way. We'll go ahead and get started on our pot for our cheese sauce. So we have half and half. We have evaporated milk. Only use a half a can of evaporated milk. A half a bottle of the heavy whipping cream. The half and half and the heavy whipping cream is 1 pint, which is 16 fluid ounces. So we're only going to use 8 ounces of heavy whipping cream. We use 16 ounces of the half and half. Half a can is 6 ounces for the evaporated milk. This is 8 ounces of sour cream. I'm going to go ahead and use all of this. This is a cheese sauce you'll never forget. You want to, you could use Ragu Alfredo. That's the one I like, or you can make your own prior to. This is 16 ounces. We're going to go ahead and dump it all in. Pepper. Salt. Garlic powder. Add some parsley to your mix. Just gives you nice color. You got 2 eggs. In this mix we have Velveeta. That's a 16-ounce block. We have a bag of Italian blend. We have Monterey Cheddar Jack. And then we also have mozzarella. So what I'm going to do is just use half of this.
Rosie said, can you use cream cheese?
I don't like cream cheese in my pasta, but if that's what your preference is, by all means, Miss Rosie, do you, honey. Cream cheese just gives it too much of a sweet texture, and everybody does not like sweet macaroni and cheese. So don't force your house guests to come over and eat sweet macaroni and cheese if that's not what they like. Or maybe make one pan of each.
Diane said, couldn't you use celery and leeks?
I don't like to use celery and leeks, but that's also a personal preference. Please, by all means, use whatever it is that you like. So on the 16-ounce block, cut down the middle and just cut them in squares. The rest of that we got to use for our topping. So we'll go ahead and put this on the stove. In this sauce, you got to kind of babysit it because we don't want it to stick. And you need to make sure that the egg yolk is in there really good and stirred up. And then you want to add 1.5 sticks of butter. If you don't...
Rakia said she loved that knife.
Ah, thanks, son. Make sure that you're stirring up the egg yolk in your cheese sauce. Otherwise, you will have a clumpy mess. What you'll have is a very good consistent sauce. You want to make sure again that it's creamy because you want, once you put it in the oven, you don't want it to dry out and clump over. That is the purpose for putting the egg, to hold it together, and the butter and the Alfredo sauce and a lot of the milk-based products will keep it running consistent and smooth all the way throughout the whole entire pan. Anybody have any questions thus far? Anybody got any questions?
Not just yet. I think they kind of keeping the questions for the end.
Oh, okay. That's good too. That works.
Rosie said it's better to melt everything instead of mixing everything together and cooking it in the oven.
That's true, Miss Rosie. Thank you for that.
I think she was asking.
Oh yeah, I thought you knew that one already. Yes, it is. I like to melt everything. That way you get consistency. Can y'all see this sauce? Look. Let them zoom in, baby. Okay, so we'll go ahead and cut this down to low because we don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pot. And just keep stirring. You got to watch it. If you don't watch it, you'll have a mess. Cheese loves to stick to skillets. So you've got to make sure that you stir. Babysit your pot. If you don't babysit your pot, please don't inbox me and say, I don't know what happened. I got a mess and I don't know what to do about it. I'm going to say, did you babysit your pot? Y'all see that?
Rakia said, is this better than the other way? You know, instead of putting it all together and putting it in the oven.
I like it better this way. Like I said, it gives you good consistency.
And Andrea said, how many servings does this make?
This is a pan that'll serve like 12 to 15 people. So depending on how good they like your macaroni and cheese, it might give you 4 servings. Because I know usually when I sell, this is a hot item on my catering list. It doesn't last very long.
Andress, she also said how much of the Alfredo did you use?
16 ounces. That was a 16-ounce jar.
Hey Wes, hey Tamika.
Okay, so the sauce is done. You got a little bit of cheese in there, which is okay. Can y'all see this? I want y'all to get a real good look because I'm about to pour this in. Move my wine bottle out the way. I wish you guys could come over. I bought a bottle of wine for you guys today. All right.
Girl said, are you cooking beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes, ham, jam?
You name it. All right, y'all. Okay, so you can't really see your noodles, but that's okay. We'll work it out. Y'all see how that cheese just melted all pretty in there? And this is what you want to see. You got to work this thing out. You can't really see your noodles that well, but that's okay. They're in there. That cheese is going to bake all the way through.
Hey Lakita.
And then we got a little bit more cheese to put on the top. And just kind of mix all those different blends together.
Yes, Denise, the noodles are already boiled. As y'all can see, she loves cheese.
I do love cheese. Cheese loves me back. Okay, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on the top. That will prevent, well, do we not have a lot in here? That's okay. We'll give it what we have. That'll prevent it from drying out. And last but not least, our parsley will give it a nice little bit of color. Put a little bit of Italian blend on it. Then top it off with just a little bit of the Creole seasoning. Okay, off in the oven this goes. Can y'all see this one here? Sharnetta, yes, the parsley is technically just for presentation and it doesn't really have a strong taste. No, I don't put paprika in the macaroni and cheese. All right, y'all, we're moving right along.
Y'all see how she put this whole meal together in less than 15 minutes?
Has it only been 15 minutes?
I don't know, I'm just...
Oh, okay.
I know it's been pretty quick.
All right, collard greens. Here we go. Crushed red pepper.
Tammy said, is that Creole seasoning spicy?
No, it's not. Fresh garlic. Sugar. Leeks. Then we'll take our butter and we'll come on over here with the skillet. 1 stick of butter. We need to add some water to our goodness. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Then I'm going to go ahead and start our sweet potato patties.
Carrie said fix a seat for her at the table.
Okay. How far away are you, honey? Where you coming from? Carrie, come on now. Don't start getting quiet now. Don't call me out. Where you coming from, honey? I'll get you ready. Okay. So half a stick of butter in the skillet. And what I like to do is take a spatula and just kind of stick it in there and just run it through.
Rosie said, what are leeks?
It's a herb. We'll talk about it at the very end because I don't like to confuse anyone.
Tammy said, what kind of collards are those?
These are just Glory collard greens. All right.
Renee, we're not having dinner at our house. Hopefully we're going to somebody else's house and eat their food.
Look, okay, we got sweet potato patties going in.
Rhea said, you adopting adults?
I do take adults. You pay room and board. You can stay here as long as you need to. Da, da, da. You know, you guys can always book me to come to your private events. Have me as your private chef. Let me cater your things for you. Let me give you cooking classes. If you need that info, I will also put that in the comment section later. But we're going to go moving right along with our sweet potatoes. Come on in, babe. Y'all see these? Brown sugar. This is nutmeg and apple spice. Cinnamon.
Carrie said, did you pack them patties yourself?
No, baby, these are frozen, just frozen sweet potato patties. We don't like to do anything too complicated. Vanilla extract. And I'll save this for later. White sugar. Y'all see this? That's hot cocoa. I'll tell you what we'll do with that in just a minute. All right, so you gotta have something to drizzle over your sweet potato patties or it just won't be right. So we're gonna use the rest of the evaporated milk, or you could use condensed milk. It may be too sweet, to your preference. Cut those down to low because we don't want those cooking too far ahead of us. Heavy whipping cream. Butter, sugar, cinnamon.
Oh my God, it smells so good in this kitchen.
This is a Keurig hot cocoa packet. If you don't have a Keurig machine, you need to get you one. However, you could just use a regular Swiss Miss packet. This is hot chocolate. Going right in there. Put just the rest of the heavy whipping cream in there. So that was 8 ounces of heavy whipping cream. Brown sugar. I tell y'all what, I'm giving y'all this advice. This will get you married. I promise it will.
Lies.
It does. It works. Well, let me see.
Shelly, we do make homemade sweet potatoes, but because she's recording, we have to make it shorter because it's not enough time to boil sweet potatoes, peel them, and do all the other things.
But I tell you what, I want you guys to get out of that tradition of everything has to be organic and homemade. Ain't nobody got time for all that. Your price ticket is still going to be the same if you're a caterer, if you're a chef. Thank you, honey. I guess that means I need a new one. Your return will be the same either way it goes. Everything doesn't have to be, you're spending way too much time in the kitchen. If I had a party of about, let's say 12, I'm going to feed them a full course Thanksgiving meal in under an hour. Nobody wants to be exhausted on Thanksgiving. So, we're going to go ahead and flip our patties over. Well, it doesn't want to participate. So back to what I was saying about everything being homemade. A lot of times we get too hung up on, well, my grandma said it had to be like this and that, and that's why a lot of our grandparents were stressed out and old way before their time. Don't do that to yourself. So we see we got our sweet potato patties going here. Now we'll work on our chocolate gravy.
The kid says you can't tell that it's not homemade. She said it's all in the wrist.
And hypothetically, these frozen sweet potatoes are nothing but raw, whole sweet potatoes cut up into patty slices and frozen with a little bit of preservatives on it while they're in the deep freezer at your grocery store. They ain't did nothing spectacular to these. So all it did was save you time slicing and peeling. You just want to make sure that the bottom is not sticking to the skillet. I'm going to take one more packet of chocolate milk. Go ahead and cut that off because you don't want it to boil over.
They say they can smell it. What store did you buy those sweet potato patties?
Kroger's. Now, the sweet potatoes are done. Then You want to take just a little bit of pancake syrup and drizzle over. Go back to your apple spice. And then in the oven they go. Excuse me. So that's that on that. So what I'm going to do, I'll be right back. I'm going to pour some of the water off the greens. All right. So you see, I went ahead and poured almost 95% of the water off, because now we're going to get into the skillet searing. A little bit more butter. Seasonings of choice, garlic salt. We don't use garlic salt in this house very often, almost slim to none. Little bit of Creole seasoning. Beer can chicken. It says chicken, but I don't look at that. I kind of just use it for whatever I want to use it for. And you got to babysit these also. Can y'all see these greens? Can y'all see those?
Kathy, you can get the beer can seasoning from Kroger's, Walmart, Publix, anywhere.
Lowe's even has it. If you have a Lowe's, Home Goods, the home improvement store in your neighborhood, look in the grilling section. Weber has a line there also.
Jamie says smell-o-vision is really needed.
It really is. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more sugar for taste.
Rhea, that's what we pushing for.
What's that?
Food Network.
Oh.
Sharnita, we don't know about Food Line because we don't really go in there that often.
The reason I don't soak any of my greens in a lot of water is because the longer you let them soak in water, you're taking all of the good nutrients out. So that's that on that. I will add just a little bit of water back to it. It's about 1/4 of a cup. Let those sit for a while.
Rick says she's going to help us push for Food Network.
Thank you. Bless you, sweetheart. All right, let's look at the dressing and see what we come up with. Can y'all see that dressing? Okay, so that's the dressing. We're getting ready to work on our appetizer. Come on over here, Fifi. So, what we're doing is taking a spoon and the dressing is not all the way done, but we're going to go ahead and fill the phyllo cups. And I promise you, this will be an appetizer no one will ever forget. You will be the talk of the day. It just takes a little bit to fill your cups up.
Those are, what you call those cups, phyllo?
Phyllo, F-I-L-O. I'll show you. I have some more in the refrigerator. I'll show you a package of them. Like I said, the dressing is not done, but it doesn't need to be all the way done because you're going to bake these separate. Now,
let me taste it. You know how mama
it's not done, honey.
It don't have to be done. When they mix it up in a bowl, they be like, taste it and make sure it got enough stuff in it. That's what my mama used to say.
Okay, so these are going back in the oven. Y'all hang tight because our macaroni is done. I'll pull that out. Can y'all see that macaroni? Okay, so that's the macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna put the dressing back in the oven to let it finish baking. Okay, Mariah, you wanna come back over? Y'all see the greens? Now, We'll get started on dessert. What? Come back. Take it back. We're going to work on our peach cobbler and grilled pound cakes. You got your Comstock country peach pie filling and topping, Duncan Hines. We talked about this in the video last week. However, today we're going to use a little bit of pancake syrup because we're doing something different. Apple spice. Nutmeg.
Denise said we've been on here 45 minutes and you got a whole meal done.
White sugar. Brown sugar. I'm going to reach above you, get some vanilla extract. See, and y'all talking about doing everything homemade. Well, everything is homemade. We just took a bit of shortcuts. Everything don't have to be from scratch. It's not necessary. Now, we also need half a stick of butter. While that's going, we'll get started on our grilled pound cakes. And we're going to do that on the pancake griddle. Can y'all see this? So what I like to do is take it old school and just run the butter over the griddle. You want to get a thick coating on there.
Yolanda, she's cooking like it's 12 people here. So she don't know how to cook small.
These are Sara Lee pound cakes. Again, if you're making a pound cake for Thanksgiving, by all means, use what you have. However, I'm not making no pound cake for dessert. I have other fish to fry. So, we're going to take this nice and simple. I work smart, not hard. So what you do is let those grill. I'm going to add a little bit of half and half to that mix. And what that does is tone down the sweetness just a little bit and gives it a nice creamier color. Those things can come off. not grilled long enough yet. This one maybe. What I like to do is do them like grilled cheese. Move them over, get some of that butter to soak them up. Okay.
Carrie said, what type of cooking utensils are those?
Rachel Ray.
Yes, Janae, that Rachel Ray.
Now, how's you doing? A little bit of pancake syrup to drizzle your plate. You could even use chocolate syrup if you like. And this is just a little bit of the chocolate left, the hot cocoa. That's all that is. Can y'all see that? Renee said her blood sugar going up. Don't do it, honey. Don't follow me. You'll be all over the place. Okay. So you want to try that peach cobbler? Hold on, we got a tester. Go ahead.
Oh.
Don't you start your mess.
You shouldn't have told me to taste it. I'm gonna taste it.
Let me see. Oh my God, y'all. Hey, and if y'all need the, if y'all want to see this, I did a strawberry shortcake grilled pound cake on Channel 5. That's our news station here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'll send y'all the link to that so y'all can watch that with me and one of the longest standing anchors that's been on News Channel 5. So hang tight. Let me get some more stuff out the oven. I know we're about done. And I thank y'all for being so patient and staying with me as long as you have. Sweet potato patties are done. Can y'all see this chicken?
And Drew said I almost got whipped cream on the camera.
I think our phyllo cups should be done.
Peggy said she didn't flatline.
Don't leave, Peggy.
Dot said, where did the pound cakes come from?
You can get them in your freezer at the grocery store. Kroger's, Publix, Walmart. Okay, on to the phyllo cups. Now,
And they say it's Thanksgiving all year round.
it is.
Wanda said, come on, Chef, drop the mic, girl. You did that.
We'll only do 4. Okay, now let's go back to the mac and cheese.
Let's cranberry sauce, Miss Juicy.
Okay, who's gonna be our tester for the macaroni?
Come on, Mariah.
Let me get you a fork. It's hot.
Okay. Y'all, no, y'all gotta see this.
Is it good? Mm-hmm. I think she likes it. All right. So that's the macaroni and cheese. Is it good?
I swear it tastes different every time. That's fine.
Can y'all see that chicken? Sweet potatoes. We got our greens.
You need me to taste one of these phyllo cups?
Sure, go ahead, be my guest.
Well, how you eat it?
Just bougie, just bite it. Like it?
That's crazy.
You like it? Look, y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, this is how you get a ring. I promise. If y'all ain't cooking, y'all better start. And then whenever y'all do get proposed to, y'all better call me and let me cater your wedding. Okay? So, that concludes our dinner tonight. That was 1 hour and we got everything finished. Anybody have any questions? Hey y'all, I'm back. Yes, Dot, the entire meal is on the video. Hey, Adrian. She said, I got my ring, now you keeping it. Okay, honey, I got that. Thank you for staying with me, guys, as long as you did. Wanda, I promise they're really, really good. Thank you, Trila. You already got the ring. You got the ring, and you got a good husband, Adrian. I know he came from good family. Yes, the sugar and the colors make them sweet. Y'all want to see my ring? Hold on. Let me show it to you. Let me fix it up. I've been working. Can y'all see that? That'll get you that ring. Thank you, Courtney. Denise, anytime. I love what I do. So does anybody have any questions that they think that they need answers to for the kitchen? I'm here to help. It's important that all of you ladies remember that you're not in the kitchen alone. Anytime you have me, I'm right here for you. A lot of you guys inbox me and ask me questions, email me. A lot of you guys have my phone number. So get at me if you need any help. Is everybody eating? I had the oven set to 375 the entire evening. Babe, can you hand me my water? Anybody else have any questions? I will put the measurements there. And if I don't get all that in tonight, I may make this a group comment that'll be in the group. No, I wouldn't add the cranberries before baking. However, it's a little hors d'oeuvre. So that cold cranberry just kind of gives it a pop, and it's not really cold, it's room temp. Is it Van Swan? Am I saying that right? Spinach dip, crab dip, rotel, just whatever you think is a good appetizer can go in those. Yes, Carrie, the chicken was baked, uncovered the whole entire time. But that's where the butter comes in. That gives it that crisp rotisserie feel. And it also kind of holds all the flavors together. And then the honey on the top kind of just gives it a sweet flair. It's kind of like, what is this? It's so good. And what I do is I leave that in the oven uncovered, 375. You want to leave it in the oven for about 45 minutes to about an hour and 15, depending on how well your oven cooks. Kathy, there was no meat in those greens, and I tell you what, they're wonderful because I have a lot of clients who don't like pork, who will use turkey. So just to keep it neutral and try to remember what everybody's doing, I just don't use meat at all. Hey, Siobhan, you missed this video, but you'll have to go back and watch it. Adrian, I usually go about a half to about 2 sticks, depending on what it is I'm cooking. Von Swan, I like that. That's pretty. Anybody else have any more questions? Yeah, that was Pepperidge Farm for the dressing. Wanda, yes, I did drizzle the chicken with honey at the end. I kind of sealed the deal. Denise, if you inbox me, I will get you everything you need for catering. Hey, Tiffany. So this concludes our video. If you guys don't have any more questions, I'll give y'all about 35, 40 more seconds. I got some hungry kids I gotta feed. You're welcome, Sharnetta. You're welcome, Denise. Adrian, call me when you get there. I miss you too, Tiffany. I hadn't seen you in a long time. Thanks, Wanda. Thank you guys for everything. Okay, I guess this concludes tonight. See you later. Love you. Peace and blessings and happy Thanksgiving. Bye.